ding, 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 ding. So she was like, just come live here. We have space in our basement. My brother's not here. Oh, good time, boys. No, I think right about that time I quit, she broke up with me too. So it was just all bad for me. So she broke up with me, and I think I was just a wreck anyway, and that made me more of a wreck. And that on top of everything, Grandma and Grandpa were like, you gotta go. Because they don't have to deal with my ass, they're fucking retired. You know, they shouldn't have to deal with me. So so I was like trying to figure out where I was gonna go, and that's when she was like, you can come live in our basement. You gotta get, you know, we'll let you stay here till you get a job and get a place of your own. So I went out there, and then I got a job at what was first? First, her brother, she's got a brother or half brother or something. I got a job delivering flowers. And this was way back in the day of like paper maps and shit. And I hadn't really understood that the interstate was the fastest way to get around. Like I hadn't figured out how to get around quickly. I knew how to get around, but I always had plenty of time, so I always took apparently shitty ways to get around. Also, they were trying when I was trained. They were showing me these shortcuts, like here's this way here, except for they were going like 60 through a residential area. Like, it's okay, we do this all the time. And it's like, but you know, people could be walking around this, you know, there's a lot of blind curves and shit. And I'm not fucking doing that. If you get a ticket doing 60 in the 30, that's a fucking serious thing. Plus the danger of it, fucking kids could be wandering around. Like, man, I wasn't okay with that at all. But after about 2 months of that, they had to let me go because I wasn't delivering enough. And then I got complaints once because they put me in this van that had no air conditioning. And it took me forever to get out to this fucking place. But it turns out I went like down the side street the whole way. And I should have been able to get through really fast on the interstate, which I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I guess. I fucked that one up real bad, I guess. But I got there and I didn't think the roses looked that bad. I thought they looked pretty almost decent, but I guess they were wilting real fast. I guess they died on the way or whatever. And by like 2 hours after I dropped it off, it was wilted. But that van didn't have an air conditioner. And it was like 95 out there, so what the fuck they wanted me to do? But whatever. Plus, I guess I guess they got a couple complaints because I'd blast music and sing along and shit, and I guess somebody complained or something. I don't fucking know. Who really knows? I just know I was not good at it. I got to see a nurse piss herself though. That was pretty great. She was so happy about the flowers, she wet herself. That was pretty cool. But I got to deliver to a couple people that were like, you know, had their own pools and shit, and they were walking around in bikinis. And it was a good time to be alive there for some of that. But yeah, but I do not recommend moving in with someone you're in love with after you broke up, because there was some of that, you know, she'd go on a date here and there, and man, that's the worst thing in the world. Someone you're really still in love with goes on a date. But I got a job after that at Old Chicago on the pizza line, and I was good on the pizza line. I did really well. The problem was I wasn't like my work ethic wasn't what it is now anyway. Wasn't a team player, I guess, because the way I saw it, my job was the pizza line, and you know, at the end of the day, help with the kitchen, or help with that's dumb. Help with the dishes towards the end there if there were still dishes to do. But I hated going over there and doing dishes in the middle of the day, because if I'll be over there doing dishes, and then I'll miss a pizza. I like getting, like when the pizza hit the screen, I want to have it done and through the oven almost immediately. That was the plan. That was what I saw as my job, and I wanted to do it the best I could. But a couple of the other guys were you know, they get the pizza done, they'd run right up to the sandwich line or whatever and help up there, and then run back and check, and run up there, help make a sandwich, run back and check, and they'd be a little bit slower than me, but they'd be killing two birds with one stone, you know. And I didn't really know that. I think I heard somebody mention it once, but I was like, nah, I'm fucking pizza line. I don't know. I didn't mean to be a fucking dick. In fact, I got along real well with a couple waitresses. So I mean, I thought I was in like Flynn. I thought I was done. That was good. But they were having a lot less patronage than they expected because it was a new location. So they had to cut a couple people here and there, and I was one they cut because I wasn't a team player. Whatever. I was pretty fucking disappointed. I was already depressed as balls anyway. Still, I mean, even worse, way worse. And then since that, I got cut from there. Plus, they were mad because I was spending some of my money on 9 Inch Nails shit, because the Fragile came out, and there was a couple singles that came out before that, and I was still collecting every variety of everything. And 9 Inch Nails, they'll release shit like the With Teeth, or excuse me, the Wearing This Together singles. Excuse me, there were 3 singles, and I fucking got those shipped in from Europe, which wasn't the cheapest. And oh man, all this dumb shit I was spending money on, and then I was tight on gas, so then I got kicked out of there, and that went real bad. In fact, I think for part of that, since she was seeing other people, I suspect part of it was she still had some sort of feelings for me or something. And but I'm pretty sure I connected with. In fact, I had to have. It's the only thing that makes any sense. I was going out and doing shit and made friends with this amazing little chick called I'm not going to say her name. She was from Papillion, and this is the most embarrassing sexual thing. This is my most embarrassing sexual story. Her, after I moved out, we were still seeing each other more, and because I think I hit the deer. I hit the deer when I still lived with the girlfriend, the ex-girlfriend that I fucked up with miserably. And I mean, bad. It was bad. I don't blame her for hating me, because I was horrible. I mean, I wasn't like physically abusive or anything like that, but I just not somebody anybody would want to date by any stretch. But this little chick I met from Papillion, we were going out one night, driving around talking, and I hit a deer. I had hit a deer previously, or was she there? I think she was. I think I hit it before I went to pick her up, because I'd seen the deers on the side of the road, and I had stopped because I was waiting for them to do whatever they were going to do so I could keep going. And then I noticed a deer come out of the grass right on my side, and it was kind of running around the street. It was a little baby deer, and it was scared shitless, and came up to my car and freaked out and fell down, and it was just spazzing, and it was like kicked itself underneath my car, and I hadn't even fucking moved. And it was like under my car kicking around, and then I could hear it kicking the bottom of my car real hard, and the other deer had fucked off. But I know those little deer they can kick hard as fuck, and I was like, I cannot afford my truck to get fucked up. So I drove, and there was a park nearby, and I parked in there and cried because I felt shitty about it. And we were out cruising after I picked her up, and I was like, I'm gonna drive up this way and see if this deer's okay. No, it was definitely not okay, and so I cried again. But that's not the pathetic story thing. That's just, so we were at my grandpa's house after, because I moved. They ended up moving into an apartment that wasn't the other place, because the other place was raising rent and shit, and they fucking hated it anyway. And I don't know if I fucked that up for them, or if they just wanted to move someplace else or whatever, or they knew that I was gonna need a place again. And I honestly don't know. I was never told, but I didn't ask, or I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. It may have been a benign thing, I don't know. But so we were there, and she came to see me, and we started making out like crazy. And it was in my room, and there was a bed there and everything, but I had enough experience with sex that I did not want to fuck someone for the first time with my grandma and grandpa there, because, and I guess she was a virgin, I'm not sure. I'm reasonably certain she was. That was the impression I had. But when, and I know when you don't have sex really ever, you're pretty loose. And when you're sexually active, your muscles are used a lot down there, and it gets tighter. I understand that. So, but at the time I didn't know anything. I had no idea about anything. And I had sex a bunch by then, but I still had a lot to learn, because I believe I was 20 or 19 or 20 or 19 or 20 or 19. So I'm pretty sure I was 19. So we get in my truck and go out to somewhere nearby that I knew. No, that was, yeah, someplace that I knew. Where was that? But anyway, it doesn't matter. I can't remember where. I'm pretty sure fucking shut up, Eric. Okay, sorry. So did I already pass Northern? I had to have. Neat. So nice. I'm making amazing time. I'm nowhere near 6 o'clock. So anyway, so we fuck in my truck. Fuck truck. In the cab. We don't get in the back, which I wish we would have. But anyway, so we start making out and we fuck in because she was tiny and I was small and she was tiny. And I had the condom I used, I'd never had that brand before. I think it was like a Trojan or something. And we started real slow and we were making out and she was drenched. And I entered real slow, but I couldn't feel. I was sober. I couldn't feel. I had to pause. No, I was sober. I couldn't feel a goddamn thing. I could not feel shit. And we were starting to get going a bit. And if I fucked her pretty hard, I could feel it. But otherwise, if I was going real slow, like I wanted to do, and like she obviously really enjoyed, I couldn't feel anything. And when I would try and fuck harder, or when I would fuck harder, it hurt too much, so I had to slow down. But she was into it a lot. And but when I was going slow and she was getting off, I could not feel shit. I couldn't feel anything. And I was starting to go limp, so I was panicked. Like, fuck, what do I do? I wasn't good at communicating yet, and so I actually faked an orgasm as a reason as to why I was going limp. And I don't know, she didn't. It was dark, so I guess she didn't see that there was, not a load in the condom, or she didn't know what was going on or whatever. I don't know, but it was sad. I was still a mess. I was still a mess from the third girlfriend living with her, that whole thing. I was still a huge mess. And I was so disappointed in myself. Oh, man. So, and I dodged calls from her for a while. And then skip ahead several months. I was in Papillion to pay a parking or speeding ticket. And my truck had 9 Inch Nail stickers and Tool and shit all over the back. Mostly 9 Inch Nail stickers. I had like a Tool and a Pink Floyd and some other shit. Foo Fighters? I do not recall. Pretty much all 9 Inch Nails though. And Marilyn Manson, there was a Marilyn Manson sticker on there too. But Yeah, she left a note on my car. But at that time, I was starting to kind of get serious with my first baby's mom. And I think I really wanted to call her. I wanted to talk to her, and was trying to work up the nerve to call her again and let him be like, I'm really sorry. I was super embarrassed and really liked her. She was awesome. She was into Static X and all kinds of awesome shit. She worked at an art supply store. She was so cute. She looked like a cuter version of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. What's her name? No. Jennifer Love Hewitt. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Totally different chick. She looked like a cuter version of Jennifer Love Hewitt. Way cuter. So, better body too. She was, goddamn, I fucked that up. I wish I wasn't a fuck up. Black hair and pale skin and oh my god, so fucking hot. So cute. Funny as hell. Got along real well. But then I had to fuck it up with my penis. So anyway, I'm gonna have to get gas after I pick up the baby. Ain't that a bitch? I did find her years later, and I reached out, and it was immediately met with a block. And I had another account that I found out I had a couple friends, because I've got several accounts. And one account that didn't have my name on it at all was friends with a couple of her friends, so I sent her a friend request and she accepted it, and that one's still friends with her. But so I was curious to see if she was just blanket blocking anybody she didn't immediately recognize. Nope, she recognized me. I'm pretty sure, because she didn't block the other one. But that one did have mutual friends, and I did not. So maybe she just blanket blocks anyone that has no mutual friends and she doesn't recognize or whatever. I'll never know. But I just assume it's because I'm a fuckface and ghosted her. Because I think if I recall correctly, she was a virgin. So essentially, I fucked her once, and it was horrible. I did real bad. My performance was awful. It was all bad. It was bad. It was all bad. So, oh well. The shit that goes wrong, right? Am I right? Am I right? I'm right. So, I always feel like I'm going to stop here, but there's no stop sign or light or anything. There's other embarrassing shit. Oh, I'm sure there's a ton of embarrassing shit. There's this chick at one of my friends' houses, like house parties, and she had taken her boyfriend home because he was a pussy and wanted to go home and go to sleep. I guess he had a job or whatever, but we were partying and I had to go to work a lot in the mornings. So it was like a week-long house party, and he had gone home and she was drinking and I was drinking and everybody was drinking, and I thought she looked really good. I mean, I'd been drinking for 2 days, but I thought she was cute. I mean, she definitely had a banging body. But so I went in there, we were bullshitting, and I was laying there, and then I fingered the shit out of her. I fingered her till cum was running down her ass. A lot. And Katie was just like, I can't believe you. I'm like, why? She's got a boyfriend. I'm like, yeah. Like, she fucked him in the pool. I'm like, so? Like, she was hot and we had fun. And it was like, fucking, she's like, whatever. She was like, you're stupid. But then later, she's like, you know what she looks like? I'm like, yeah. I fucking met her. I fingered her. I'm pretty sure I know what she looks like. And then some days later, we were at the place she worked, and her, my friend and I were up there talking to her, and as we were walking away, she's like, you recognize her? And I was like, no, why? And she was like, well, you had your fingers in her a few days ago. And I whipped around, and I was like, oh shit, really? I was like, that's her? And I like looked at her body. I was like, oh, it is her. Like all I saw was her hair on her body. Because her body, I mean, shit. I kept seeing her get out. I first met her when she was in the pool. And it was a little cold, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm sorry. I was blinded by the body. I apologize. I'm not sorry still. I'm still not sorry. I was just like, whoa, I really had no idea. But, oops. That's life. I'm going to cut it off because I'm almost to my destination. And I have to pay attention because of the destination, the occupation involves children. There's children everywhere. And I don't want to hit one, you know, because that's not cool. So peace out, Girl Scout. Suck titties.